Where's that sun again? Okay, so there's been a lot of that came up on the headlines again. The student loan debt comes up on the headlines again.
What about it?
We have a new administration. Biden, he ran during his campaign, he ran on canceling student loan debt, but he was only proposing to cancel up to $10,000 in student loan debt. But there's been a group of senators, including Elizabeth Warren, Ayanna Pressley, and one other individual that's pushing to increase that loan forgiveness up to $50,000.
That would be wonderful.
While I think that's great, I think that they should go ahead and wipe the whole thing out completely.
Yes.
Because understand that when they are printing trillions of dollars and they bailed out a lot of these Wall Street companies or big corporations, the people who got really left out were working class.
Right.
Working class is still arguing.
Who has to have student loans to go to college?
We're still saddled with student loan debt.
Working class.
And not only are we saddled with student loan debt, it's like we're still waiting on stimulus checks. We're waiting on stimulus checks. I'm not. I mean, we're good, but a majority of people are, and these are people who really need this. So I think that it's I think he has to do something. He's eventually going to do something. From what I read, he doesn't actually need the Congress to approve it. He can, through executive action, just wipe out the whole thing.
But like, will he make people mad?
Who cares? This is
the thing. That's why that's politics. I mean, I think that's why so many presidents who did not fulfill their promises, it's because they're afraid to make people mad. Because they could easily do an executive order.
Make who mad?
Congress, I don't know, their supporters, all the corporations that gave them money.
That's the problem. This is why you don't elect a centrist or a middle of the road type of a spineless individual who can't do what's right for the people.
Every politician is like that. They're all spineless individuals.
I'm sick of these politicians. We need people who are mavericks. It's something that I liked about Trump. I mean, I don't like that he wasn't a great leader and he didn't bring people together and he was just very rude and disrespectful. But I need a leader who has
I get that part.
who has balls, you know, like someone who can just make rules.
He just does it.
Just do it. Just freaking do it. If you believe it, just do it. And this guy Biden, that's all he preached about. We're gonna cancel student loan debt. Okay, go ahead. You're here now. Just do it. And we're debating. They're debating. They're going back and forth. It's all nonsense, man. Anyone? So here's the thing. If they wipe out student loan debt, immediately it's like automatic stimulus you've injected into people's hands, you know. Regular working class folks who are having $300, $500, $1,000 deducted out of their bank accounts, all that goes away. And somehow we're debating whether we should do it or not. It's insane. So President Biden, Democrats, you've got the executive arm, you've got the legislative arm. Do what's right by the working class. Free us.
Yes,
Free the working class so we can bring this country up from his knees and get us back into the place where we need to be.
Let us actually use our education.
Instead
of have to take any job that we could possibly get and work a couple of jobs so that we could pay these student loans.
We can pay greedy corporations who make money off of our suffering. Free us. I've heard arguments like, hey, what about all those lawyers and doctors that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars?
What about all those teachers who are making $50,000 and can't afford anything?
Exactly.
Because they live in California and literally can't afford anything.
Why don't we just focus on those people? Why does it matter if doctors or wealthy people benefit from it too? You know,
that's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine.
But the thing is, the media finds a way to get us to argue about, it's like a crabs in a bucket type of thing going on, where instead of all of us uniting against this one thing that's an obvious problem, they sow in between us a seed of discord, where you have a group of people here arguing that it's going to benefit wealthy people, and then the poor folks are like, so just cancel the damn thing, just cancel it so we can all move on. We're printing money anyway. You might as that's the least you could do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Please. Those of us who all have doctorates or who are getting our doctorates and spending tons of money on loans for that and still make $40,000 a year, wow. I feel you. And there's no way we're going to be able to pay all this off.
You can't pay it off. No,
we're going to be slaves forever, and we're the most educated people.
Meanwhile, hedge funds are able to just fleece regular investors. And not the SEC or not no one's there to protect regular folks. And the miserly check that we're getting, first of all, income has not gone up in decades. But we're saddled with massive loans and we have to pay for it. And Mr. Biden can wipe all of that with just a stroke of his pen.
Wow, magic.
Just like that, that's single amazing. Signature, and it's all gone. We're not going to talk about that. What we're going to talk about is okay.
It would be better if you just put us to work. Let us use our education and our minds and do better things in this world instead of being so worried about paying off our loans.
Yeah.
Because it literally is going to take most of my lifetime to pay off the loan. So.
And it trickles down to other spaces as well, because if you think about it, a lot of people are not able to get into home ownership because of their student loan debt. So right there, you get more people to buy homes. That improves on the economy.
Just helps everyone. It's good for everybody.
Up to $10,000. It sickens me whenever they use that up to thing. We've grown up accepting
up to $10,000 doesn't help at least half of the people.
It helps no one. It doesn't help any. It doesn't, even the lower tier. It doesn't help them either, because most people's loans are $25,000 and up. At least it's like mostly on average $20,000. So you're not even helping anyone. So.
And then those of us who are $100,000 in debt, just forget it.
Forget it. You only get $10,000 off, and that's it.
It's like getting a coupon.
That's what they want. That's the whole point of it. If you stay in the state of constant begging, like we have to beg and beg and beg, and then when they finally do it, it's just like, here's some crumbs. Here's a little bit of,
and you're gonna be happy about that.
And after they release those crumbs, they make you have to pay dearly for it. It probably one of the catch fine lines would be you have to do something crazy or spend a lot of time volunteering or whatever the case may be.
Or they're gonna make you jump through hoops in some way. Or there's certain criteria that just make it really difficult and you're not going to qualify.
Yep. Let's watch these kids. It's a busy day in the neighborhood. It's a busy day in the neighborhood.
I can't believe there are actually kids outside playing in this area. Maybe the people that live closer to the park are more active. Because I know our section is definitely not this active.
Makes sense though.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I wish we lived right here.
Yeah.
Close enough. These homes are probably more expensive the closer to the park.
Probably.
Kyle Rittenhouse has gone missing.
So he ran away, basically.
He's missing, and
Ran away.
they can't find him. How is it that a convicted, well, not convicted yet, but he's on house arrest?
He's awaiting trial.
He's awaiting trial. He was accused of killing 2 men during a protest of the protest going on that went on in, I believe that was in Wisconsin, of Jacob Blake, the gentleman that was gunned down by police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And so this guy who's identified with white supremacists and has been known to hang around people like that.
Mm-hmm.
He made headline news that because he killed people during the protests, and now
Right.
headline news again, he's missing. So prosecutors have requested that the judge increase his bond and issue a warrant for arrest. Apparently, police officers went out to his listed apartment and he wasn't there. He'd moved, and somebody else lives there.
Right. And so isn't he in trouble for not informing that he moved?
Yeah, when you're released on bail and you're awaiting trial, you have to notify the court when you move. But this guy didn't.
So it's not just that he moved though, because he's missing. They should, even if he moved, they should at least be able to find him. So he's gone.
I don't know, you can't. How far can you? You can't run.
How far can you go? Well, he's missing for. He's missing good enough for them to make an article about it, to put it out there.
I find it crazy that someone can take a gun and gun down people in, you know, in broad daylight, and he's allowed to walk and even allowed to be missing. That's
He's allowed to be kind of out there and roam around while he's waiting trial.
an ever-present
That's
danger.
puzzling to me. Like, why wasn't he like was he house arrest? Shouldn't he have had an ankle bracelet at least?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's our justice system for you. There's impunity for certain people and
Right.
mass incarceration for others.
Mm-hmm.
When will it change?
Anytime soon. So what's supposed to happen now? Do you know?
I know his trial is set in March, so they have to find him before then. If they can't find him, then it's
And if he's convicted, then he has life in prison, right?
right. It's
I mean, I'm sure that he's guilty, so that's why he ran, right? It kind of looks like it.
he shot people. He killed 2 people, so
Yeah.
he deserves. I personally think he deserves to be locked up in prison for a while.
Yeah. So,
Do your job, court
job,
system, police officers, the
Inspectors.
judicial system. Do your jobs.
find this man or child.